First, George Soros knows a thing or two about market crashes. He was, after all, the man who broke the Bank of England. He profited to the tune of $1 billion by breaking the British pound in the 1990s, just before the European Union came together and the euro became a currency. He kept the British pound out of the euro because he broke it. He used the market to do it. He was also among the very few who understood what happened in the 2008 financial collapse. He wrote about it in the Wall Street Journal, and he said it was a bear raid, an intentional effort to take down Lehman Brothers and Bear Stearns and Goldman Sachs and all the financial companies. He was one of the very few that really understood what was happening. And when I wrote my Pentagon report about what did happen, I noticed that he profited again to the tune of about $1 billion in the 2008-2009 crash. The third thing you need to know is George Soros understands riots and unrest. In fact, he wrote about it in 2012, very excitedly almost. That's the way it was reported. He gleefully said, I think we're going to have riots in the U.S. in the summer and all of that and the impact it would have on the election. Now, you already know George Soros would like to see America fundamentally changed. And he sees removing Trump as essential to protecting the world. Here's an article, News and Analysis, January 24th. Soros threatens blood on the streets. January 24th, 2012. George Soros in the coming U.S. class war. Has the great short seller gone soft? Well, yes, sitting in his 33rd floor conference office above 7th Avenue in New York, preparing for his trip to Davos. At times like these, survival is the most important thing. And he's predicting blood in the streets. He's predicting a potential period of evil where there'll be people rioting and so forth. And he says the global economic system could even collapse altogether. That was 2012. Guess what happened in 2012? We had an election. But they didn't need riots because Barack Obama was winning all the way through, and he won in a landslide. But Soros knew the tactic. He knew the impact it could have, and he knew it was available. Now, we know he wants America fundamentally changed, and he believes it essential to remove Donald Trump, to protect the world. I'm going to read to you from the UK's Daily Mail. It says, Soros warns the fate of the world is at stake in 2020. That's pretty dramatic, the fate of the world. Soros warns the fate of the world is at stake. Billionaire investor claims Facebook is helping re-elect Trump. Really? You think Facebook's doing that? Really? Whose narcissism is a malignant disease, he says, and warns China's Xi Jinping is trying to exploit the U.S. president's weaknesses. January 24th, 2020, the same time he said the stock market, if it were up right before the election, Trump would get reelected, a guy who knows how to crash the stock market, and here's a guy who says it's essential to remove Trump. Put those dots together. What does it tell you? You know what? I don't know what it tells you for certain. I don't know if George Soros is a gleeful observer of everything going on, but I do know that he is among those who would love to see Trump gone. And many of them have said they would love a market and economic collapse just in order to defeat Donald Trump. Bill Maher said it on his TV program. And there are those that have the motive, the means, and the opportunity to make that happen. I've warned about this before, including in December 2018, when on this program we warned about the potential of a market terminator. You know, the crazy market gone wild at the hands of a computer. Here's what we said. We said up to 80% of all trading on the stock market on volatile days is generated by artificial intelligence. When the market is rising regularly, few people take much notice. But when trading becomes chaotic, as it has done recently, people start to become concerned. Guess what? China knows how to weaponize artificial intelligence. They have whole units in the People's Liberation Army dedicated to that purpose. They know how to hack things, and they understand that our stock market can be hacked, hijacked, or even misled. In 2013, the Syrian Electronic Army hijacked the AP, Associated Press, Twitter feed, and they put a fake tweet out. It was completely false. It said, White House hit. 2 explosions in the White House and Barack Obama is injured. That was the tweet. Guess what happened? The stock market started to collapse. That was the Syrian Electronic Army. Don't you think Chinese hackers are a whole lot more sophisticated? We've previously noted that China has accused us of manipulating their stock market. We've noted that China views causing a single man-made stock market crash to be a new concept weapon. It's written in their book. Now we're experiencing an artificial intelligence-driven stock market at a time when we're clearly in an economic war with China. Can we rule out the possibility that China is perpetrating a crash to embarrass our president, who's often pointed to market success as proof of his success? Of course not. And as George Soros has noted, timing is everything. Here's the threat. There's something called high-frequency trading that controls the buying, the selling, and the selling short of our market. With short selling, it's a bet that stocks are going down. It's possible to make money when the market goes down. If you're sophisticated, it's also possible to literally crash a market as we experienced in 2008 and the 2010 flash crash.